Gemini, I am Blossom, and this is Blossom of Light. I'm here to do your June 1st to the 15th. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I've already cut your cards, so let's just get straight into it. Boom. Boom. Okay, so show me what I need to see for Gemini, June 1st to the 15th. June 1st to the 15th. June 1st to the 15th. I like how that just kind of played there. Okay. Move everything up. Let's move fast here. Okay, so Gemini, I know everything may not resonate for everyone, but if it do, drop me a like, drop me a comment, let me know, what's up, what's been going on. I'm curious to know what's really going on. Because, okay, let me just put that right over here. Okay, so we're jumping right into it. You guys are coming off at the top of my pyramid with the Nine of Swords and the World card. Okay, this is pretty interesting. Now, the Nine of Swords is about someone, starting off, the Nine of Swords is about someone in their head. Someone can't sleep at night. Somebody's worried about something, maybe a relationship, maybe a relationship, or maybe the idea of a relationship, from what I'm looking at here, or either maybe just money, or there's a lot of different aspects that can be here. And for what I'm thinking it is, for what I'm looking at, it could just be off the top of my head that you guys could be worried about the stability of something in terms of maybe relationships, or it could be the money's helping the stability of a relationship or a family archetype, or somebody's just up in their head, can't sleep at night. It's the possibility of what could have happened, or what can happen, or I'm stressed because I may not be able to make enough to pay for this or to do this. But then you get the World card. So the World card is it's an interesting card because it's a symbolism of success or just achievement, or there can be triumph in certain situations. Just like, but however, it's a World card. The World card is one of them things where it's like the world is your oyster. Like the world that she's holding, what the wands, or whatever you want to call the batons, to pass off to the next step, if you want to say, if you can clearly see that. The wands or the batons for the next step that can potentially be for you. Maybe you're wondering what direction to go in. Maybe you're wondering, how am I going to go to that next step with someone or something in terms of life, and so you may be up in your head about it. The World card is one of the things that success can be obtained, but not overnight. Okay, so, or, in some cases, if you're worried about how fast something's going to move, this can be an indicator. Things usually don't move that fast, honey. You trying to be an overnight celebrity, okay? Okay, remember that. I'm calling this the overnight celebrity. I like to call this overnight celebrity. We gonna see. The next card you got was the Nine of Wands. So Nine of Wands is that somebody could be feeling kind of like overdone. Been working and moving so fast. They've been collecting wands that now they feel tired. They may feel a little dragged down. But this is a card of remembering that persistence is key. It takes persistence. It takes that next level of strength to go to what is needed for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So the next cup, under that you receive the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is something of good times. So if you're striving or working hard towards good times, or something of an old nostalgia, like an old relationship, or I'll show you something in particular. But an old relationship or just old good feelings. Sometimes it was old relationships, old good feelings. I keep saying that same thing. Like it's nostalgia. It's like, oh my God, we used to have so many good times, but I'm working towards trying to bring back those old good times, relive the good times over again. Okay. Now, the next step is underneath that Nine of Swords, you receive the Page of Cups, and I'll show you. This is the Nine of Swords. Here's your Page of Cups. Page of Cups is a message of usually, the Cups energy is energy of like romantic interest. Interest of, okay, I'm holding the cup of emotions. It's a messenger saying, hey, maybe it's time of relationship. Or just it's time to renew a certain passion into something that I was looking forward into. You know, I don't necessarily chuck up cups energy to relationships all the time, but I will say it is passion. It could be passion for something new. The reason I say that is because you also have the Aries card. So if you're dealing with an Aries, this is the card of Aries, like I said before. This is the Emperor card. The Emperor card was right underneath the Page of Cups. That's why I asked. You could be in a relationship with an Aries. And the Emperor card is reflective of its achievement. It's obtaining achievement and knowing that you have the tools already surrounding you to lay down and control the situation however you would like. Or the other person could be in control of the situation. It's a certain type of control that is there. It could be the passion towards something and you're trying to maybe control the situation for what it is. The next card we have underneath that World card came the Moon card, which is very interesting. The Moon card is also the card of Pisces, but it's also the card of, now, let me go back. The Moon card is an interesting card because you have the Sun card and you have the Moon card. The Moon card is when all is dark, you look towards light, but sometimes what you see in the light may not be what is necessarily seen, what's necessarily there. It's not what's necessarily seen. You have to be careful of that because it could be misguiding you to some places. Water is usually used to using intuitive energy to get to a certain pathway. And so you see the water, the pathway. It's used to guide you to that pathway. You know what I'm saying? You see the crab, it's water. You're looking towards the moon. Oh, all the goodness, all the dumps. So if you're looking for, you know, you have the World card, the success can be obtained, but not overnight. You're looking toward what is that Pacific pathway. That's underneath of this Moon card comes the Three of Pentacles, which means that you're using your stability, your ideas. You're going to work on a situation. No, you have not seen it manifest. Like I said, it won't be overnight. Whatever you're working towards, whether it's relationship, new job, home, you know, some type of security for yourself. But it could just be that you're just ready to work. You know, I'm okay, well, I don't know what exactly I'm going, but I'm working towards something. At least I think I'm working towards something, but let's continue to work because I'm trying to build something out of this. Next to that, you have the Five of Pentacles along with the Four of Wands. So the Five of Pentacles is representative of maybe you might have felt, this is a card of feeling left out in the cold. So you are a person that you could be dealing with, Pentacle energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, you know, Earth energy. Could be feeling like you're left out in the cold. This is a stability card. So feeling like maybe something isn't how it seemed. Maybe you, a person, may be feeling left out in the cold. And meanwhile, that could be dealing with maybe a marriage because you have the Four of Wands here. A card about union, family. You know, it's a union. It's another ideal of stability, but in terms of you know, like wand energy, so fast moving energy. You know, so somebody could be feel like they're left out in the cold in terms of marriage, or in terms of relationship, or just in terms of stability. I say that again because it's very important. Maybe somebody feel like they have to work towards a relationship or stability. Maybe, you know, going from old times to new times. You know, I'm working towards this stability. I may not know what's there in front of me. I felt left out in the cold in the past, but now I'm moving to something new. Okay, so I pulled some clarifiers, and I was just curious because it was just interesting. Okay, so the Ten of Swords, the King of Swords. This is a air energy, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Maybe this is representative of you. This is somebody who uses his sword. this guy, if you look closely, he usually looks as if he's looking down. He stays above the world. He looks as if he's looking down at everyone. But however, this isn't a guy who looks down on everyone. This is a guy who is actually looking down because he's judging himself in the situations that are surrounding him. The sword energy is energy of inner strength. So with that being said, you may feel like you need to look at the situation, once again with the moon card, using that intuitive energy to try to figure out what the hell is going around, you know, what's going on, what can I do to try to relieve the situation or make the situation better for myself, you know. So you get kind of wrapped up in your head, you or the person that you're dealing with. Sword energy is also energy where you can really sit down and cut out the bullshit. Now, along with the sword energy and the King of Swords, this is also a person who can be very insensitive to other people's feelings, lack of empathy, making people feel like they're left out in the cold, you know, they've been abandoned. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, they're just stuck in their heads because they're trying to judge the situation around them. There's a slight hint in the air of indecisiveness, which if you ever look at my Libra readings, which I'll get to in a second, you'll see why. But however, this isn't a Libra reading. But yeah, King of Sword energy, very efficient energy to remove what's not needed, to reevaluate the situations that are around you, to look in a different eye, to cast judgment, kind of like the Libra card, which is the card of judgment. But it's a cool card. I'm gonna say this is a cool card. Moving on. I'm just joking. Okay. So you have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is alright. This is a cup about a card about options. Cups, emotions, looking at the different options, looking to see what is around you. But sometimes with this card, you want to be careful because while you're sitting here judging these options, because I'm going to say this how it was set up, so if it seems a little weird, I'm sorry. This is how it was set up. So he was looking towards the cups where I was sitting on the table. He was looking at the options, trying to weigh out which options were better for him. But sometimes you thinking that you have you can let your imagination run wild into thinking things that aren't necessarily there, or the person you're dealing with could be seeing things that aren't necessarily there, letting your imagination run wild. Thus, you're in your head trying to figure out, oh my God, this is happening. How do I work with this situation? How do I make the situation better? I think this is the idea of just trying to maybe build a happy home, happy stability home, living, trying to rebuild a home, a type of stability for yourself. I want to have a white picket fence. If you look closely, these are the same people. Your Six of Cups, and here's your Ten of Cups. If you look closely, the same people, the same cat, the same people, and this time their Six Cups of young youthfulness has matured into 10 cups of happiness, 10 cups of happy relationships, happy home, happy life. This is trying to weigh out the options to maybe get to this point. How can I get there? But it's going to take, like I said before, persistence is key. Building that stability, building what you know what I'm saying, don't let your imagination run wild with you and think that something is there and it's not necessarily there. Water is intuitive, you know what I'm saying? So like I showed you in the moon card, that water is a pathway. It is guided because it stands between these two polars. I pull this up again. It's intuitive, so it's moving into that water. It's giving you a pathway to look toward, a guided light, but be using a logical eye when asserting that judgment from the King of Swords, knowing what belongs by using that intuitive energy, that logical sword energy, to cut out what belongs mentally for you and what does not belong mentally, because only then you'll stop feeling like this. You'll stop feeling as if you can't sleep at night. You'll stop the worrying, honestly. Next to that Ten of Cups, real quick, you have the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. So from Ten of Cups to Nine of Cups, this is a card about I wish that I can do this and third, but this is wish fulfillment, honey. And if you were wishing for this, you can damn sure get it. But however, like I said before, it won't happen overnight. It takes persistence and inner strength to move forward where you belong, moving right along, I'm going to pull some quick outliers, some quick outsources, solutions. Ooh. I'm gonna pull this out because Ace of Pentacles just came out, just popped out of my hand right quick. But I'm gonna keep that out anyway. Okay. So it's 1st to 15th. Okay. So quickly, I pulled out the Ace of Pentacles. Like I said, the Ace of Pentacles dropped out of my heart, so this could be your moment if you're looking for a term of stability. Here comes your answer. It's a new ring. It's a new ring out here, okay? So there is stability with this financial money. There can be a new beginning here, or even relationships. There can be on a material, physical level. Maybe you start a new, maybe you're getting efficient on how you handle certain situations. Maybe you're trying to build more money for yourself, give yourself a new life to start from, a new happy, build yourself a new happy home. And this is the answer that we have for that. Next, I got the Empress. The Empress is all about, if you were looking in terms of relationship, like I mentioned before, in that aspect, if you were looking in terms of a relationship, here she is. This is a positive note on relationships. Like I said, persistence can be key. This is a woman who's all about nurturing her ideas, nurturing her thoughts, nurturing relationships, nurturing families, just putting in passion where it belongs with that Page of Cup energy I mentioned earlier. The next card I thought was interesting that dropped out was the Seven of Swords. So with these Seven of Swords, before you get to 9, you get to 7. So 7 of Swords is sometimes you could be dealing with somebody that's just all around sneaky, or you just could be just doing too damn much in terms of, okay, I want to do this and this, how can I achieve this, blah blah blah, which can leave you feeling stuck at night, wanting to achieve so much or do so much. It's often going to be somebody around you being real sneaky, real petty, you know what I'm saying? It could be just throttling the whole thing. He's trying to sneak out and walk out with what he had, but he's only carrying 5 of those 7 swords, so things are getting dropped and left behind. Okay, the reason I say this is really interesting that this dropped out, because when you have the 4 wands, you have wand energy and fire energy. The 9 of wands, it's energy that can be very fast and quick. You make decisions that are harsh, brash, all around, like, just too quick ass movements. Excuse my language, just doing too much. And so you like hop, jump, and skipping everywhere, and you haven't even settled on one idea yet. And so with that, yes, persistence is key, but you can get kind of overwhelmed where you're carrying on, like, way too much. Just way too much. And so you want to be careful of that, or just kind of use your logical eye to discern if there is somebody around you that is manipulative, that is controlling, that is being sneaky. Watch that. You know what I'm saying? Watch that, because it will, those options you think you have may not be all the best options. So watch that. Last but not least, I pull out the Sun card. I present to you the Sun card because this outcome at the end will always shine favorably. It's shining favorably if you're looking in terms of rebuilding. Like I said, you want a new idea of stability, that new idea of a relationship, or just new idea of money. This shows me that this is going to shine favorably because you all have the World card. So achievement is here. Although it won't be overnight, it will not be overnight, it can be achieved. Okay, Gemini, that's your June 1st to the 15th reading. I look forward to doing your mid-monthly in a couple days. So thank you. See you guys later.